engines, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Travers, start your engines!
Michael Conti comes up at a corner number 4 in the checkered flag. He wins his first NASCAR iRacing.
Good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. This is ARL-TV and we're bringing to you today live from Phillip Island Circuit, round 8 of the V8 Supercar series. I'm Alex Simpson. I'm joined today in the commentary booth with my co-commentator Dean Prescott. Good morning, buddy.
How's things, Alex?
Yeah, all good. We got up a little early today, didn't we? Daylight savings kicking in and catching us out. So we're a bit fresher than normal, I think. Bit more awake.
Yeah, you could say that. Seems like everybody in this apartment last night was having a party, so...
Round 8 then of the V8 Supercar series, brought to you by Pagnian Imports. And it's an endurance race today, so an hour and a half long. Some strategy elements going to come into it. Phillip Island, great circuit, perfectly matched for this V8 Supercar. What do we think we're going to see today?
It'd be tricky to judge, actually. I think some of the guys are looking at possibly 3 pit stops. Yes, you did hear that, 3 pit stops. But you could see some 2 pit stop strategies coming into it and some fuel saving as well.
Yes, we'll try and pick out who's doing that, as Trevor Johnson. No, it's not Trevor Johnson. That is Mr. Fuchs. Going into the tyre wall there, Roman Marcallo just on the screen now on the Novo car. But yeah, we'll have a quick look at how qualifying's going in a moment. We've got just over 6 minutes to go. As we were saying, we're going to have some different strategies there, so it's going to be interesting to see how they pan out as well, because I imagine we're going to have drivers appear to be quite a bit slower than what they actually are, who are going to save that sort of 30 seconds in the stop. So it's going to be a tricky race for us to call, but we'll try and keep abreast of it as best we can.
Yeah, so obviously they're capped to 70% fuel for these endurance races as well, so that's why they are getting a possible 3 pit stops. Tyre, I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I've driven this car around here, so I'm not sure what the tyres are like.
Yeah, I think probably their main concern is going to be fuel over anything. The one thing the 3-stopper will give them is that we'll have fresh tyres the whole way, and they can just push and push. So 2-stoppers, they have to be a little bit more conservative. Just on screen at the moment, your championship leader, Tommy Cumper, Lenovo Apex Racing team. 7 races, 7 top 5s, 591 points, as you can see on screen. Chris Stone there. Also another driver who's working his way up through the championships. Not done as many rounds yet, so he'll, I think he's going to be sort of showing in the top 5 come the end of the season. But yeah, Tommy Cumper's main rival, Trevor Johnson. Trevor only also doing the 6 rounds with 6 top 5s, but he has a win to his name. Tobias Cherney, only 5 races done, and 5 top 5s, 3 wins. He's been looking pretty good this week, so we'll keep an eye on how he does. Just having a quick look at the standings now as the ticker scrolls across the screen. We'll get you the final later on. But Tobias leading the way again. He seems to be pumping in the qualifying times very, very consistently. Good pace. Every week, so consistent. I think this is going to pay out to the end of the season.
Yeah, I think we've only got 1 or 2 drop rounds as well, so be interesting to see if he doesn't make every round. To see if
going off there. Tom Jones, giving it some large coming out of the hairpin. KRF Coastal kitchenware car.
Yeah, it's actually quite easy to lose the back end around that car, especially in these kind of cars.
I think every car that I drove this circuit on, that corner is particularly tricky, and it kind of is a focal point to some of the setup, is to be able to get out of that. I think it's because it sort of opens out rather than a traditional style hairpin where you sort of like V it and it's got quite a straight exit. You sort of got to carry on rotating the car around, and it's really tricky. I think we'll see quite a few incidents there today. It's a bit of a favourite, I think.
Yeah, also here coming into Lucky Heights, and on the exit of Lucky Heights you've got the downhill braking into the next hairpin. Usually you'll see a lot of people missing the braking point and going straight on.
Yeah, downhill braking, catching out. I think it's even more tricky in these big V8 cars, as heavy as they are as well. They've got to get on the brakes slightly early before they go over the crest, so the car gets all light as they do that, so keep it in a straight line. That's I think usually what happens is they brake and the car gets light and they lock up and get off the brakes, and that's when you see them just steamroll through the corner.
So yeah, we've just got 3-4 minutes left.
We've got 19 drivers for this one, so not a bad little turnout. See if they can all set a time.
It does look like a couple of people still haven't set times though, just looking at that. Just one actually, Mark Noble.
Yeah, I know Mark's been having some connection issues, so hopefully he's not going to have any issues and drop out today. I think it's issues with the simulator, isn't it, more than anything?
Yeah, that's what he was just saying to us earlier, so I think he has moved more towards a city or town, so his internet should be a little bit better than what it was out in the middle of the country. As you see, Tobias just practically pit entrances. It's a very tricky pit entrance.
Yeah, again, another one that's constantly turning. You need to get on the brakes relatively early, so the car wants to rotate as you're under brakes. So
there's also another little slip road halfway down, which you think, is that a pit entrance? Is it not?
Ooh, Tommy just blew his engine there, so you have to watch out for that in the race.
That's actually the first time I've ever seen that happen there. So
just got about a minute left of qualifying now. Just want to quickly give a shout out and a thank to the sponsors. So first off to Mark Noble and Tom Jones for actually putting this league on, organising it. It's not easy to do, but they do a hell of a job in doing that. So thanks to those guys at apexracingleague.com. As we mentioned, the series is brought to you by Pagnian Imports as well. So if you're after a rig, wheel stand, butt kickers, anything like that, pagnianimports.com.au, please go check them out. Got everything you want. It's all imported for you guys over in Australia, so you haven't got all the big expense of getting it shipped to you. And then let's not forget Sim News Daily, Alistair over there supplying us with up-to-date sim news. Just a reminder, we are on the social media as well, so at Apex Racing TV and ARL-TV for Facebook. So feel free to drop us any questions, tweets, things like that. We'll try and pick them up through the race and answer them as quick as possible. Right guys, just crossing the line. Just going to bring up the position, the grid as they stand. Provisional, as Trevor Johnson just about to finish his lap, but Tobias Cherney a 1:31.912, Trevor Johnson 1:32.151, Tom Jones in third, 132.3. That's a hell of a time from Tom. He's right there with those guys. Chris Stone, 132.4, looking good. Matty Burnett, 32.8. A little bit of a gap starting to appear there. Richard Lucky down in 6th place. Tommy Cumper all the way down in 7th. He's going to have to hope for a consistent race. Will Dodd in 8th. Jason Scandalora in 9th. Steve McPherson in 10th. 11th we've got Steve Jenkins. Chris Brooks in 12th. Nick Rainbird in 13th. Nick's way down there as well. I know he's missed a couple of weeks and wonder if he's going to have to fight his way back through. Luke Emerton in 14th. Isaac De Figurino in 15th. João Oliveira in 16th, Cedric Finsack 17th, Romeo Alcala in 18th, and Jamie Fuchs 19th. I don't see Mark Noble on there yet, so I'm guessing he's still having some issues.
Yeah, so they're just... don't think anyone's yet to set a lap. Just actually waiting for João Oliveira. He's the only one on track. Surely he can't be on a hot lap at this time.
Yeah, session's about to end, so that's him done.
Yeah, there we go. Ah, there we go, Mark Noble, he's 20th. Didn't set a time for that, so he should be dead last on the grid. Just looking at those times, Tobias, that's a very quick lap. Certainly one of the quickest I've ever seen around this track. And Tom Jones, again, he's punching way above his weight, up in 3rd. So let's just hope that it's not a repeat start of Zandvoort. Zolder, sorry, not Zandvoort. So
Yeah,
the guys
disaster start. I remember it well now thinking about it. Those guys just slowly make their way to the grid.
Yeah, luckily for this time, Tom does have Trevor to the left of him rather than in front of him. But it's a long... I'm just sitting at the back of the grid at the minute. I'm not sure where you're sitting, but you can see the undulation of the start-finish. It actually goes down and then back up. And then it looks like you're just going to launch into the sea from here.
Yeah, just join the front of the grid looking at these guys. The revs slowly start to build as the guys get ready for this race. Round 8 from Phillip Island, V8 Supercar Series. Tobias Cherney, Trevor Johnson, your front row. Trevor will need a good start this time. Tobias will just hope for a repeat of last time. Last of the drivers form up.
There's the building.
Lights coming on. And we are racing here at Phillip Island. Tobias got a good start. Bogged down start from Trevor by the looks of it there. Everyone looks like
clean.
yeah, it looks like it's clean through. Great little shot there as the guys go on the left.
Still sounds like everybody's cleaning through. Still jostling for position up front. Looks like Tom Jones is getting pushed backwards into 4th position.
Oh, a little sideways moment there from, I think that was Matty Burnett. Yeah, Tobias got a great little start. He's already started to pull a little bit of a gap. We always notice this with Trevor. It just takes him a lap or so to get into his rhythm, and he does lose a bit of time. So I've got someone smoking. Yeah, I was about to say someone smoking there. Is that Matty Burnett? I think it was.
It is. Not sure if he knows, but I think he might do now.
Yeah, not what he wanted, is it? wanted. He'll get his fast toe, but definitely ruined his race strategy. Should be pretty instant.
Doesn't sound like it's blown completely though, so...
Yeah, I think he perhaps got off the gas and saved that quite well.
Usually if it goes, and you just have no drive at all. It doesn't look like he's made it back into the pits, but that does mean that Tom Jones has got a filthy windscreen.
That's quite a gap. All the drivers, one of the coastal kitchenware cars there as well, caught right at the back. Seemed like he might have got involved in something. Trevor starting to find his confidence now to close that gap back up towards Tobias.
Seems like we should have plenty of racing for this. People are just starting to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we've got an hour and a half, so I think the guys will know that, and they won't be going too hard at it. We'll see, obviously, the overtakes and whatnot, but certainly they're going to err on the side of caution for the first half hour, 45 minutes, I would think. Which is probably why they knew just to take it a little bit easy at the start, make sure they all get round. So Matty Burnett will be kicking himself there. Yeah, he's in the pits for 28 seconds as well, so...
Unless he'd started on his quali setup. I wouldn't have thought it'd be in that long.
Yeah, Trevor Johnson, a tenth of a second quicker last time by, and Tobias closed that gap up to 0.8 of a second. Tobias not looking like his usual calm self there as well, kicking that back end round. Normally so in control. But Tom Jones will be pretty happy where he is at the moment. P3, pulling a little bit of a gap on Chris Stone as well. It looked like him and Matty Burnett were going to have a bit of a tussle based on their times, but he's got a little bit of a buffer over Chris, so let's see if Chris has got anything on the long one.
I think we just missed a little move in the background with Richard Lucky and Scandalera.
Yeah, well, Nick Rainbirdie's having a look at his teammate in front of him. Oh, that's close. I think that's not sure who that is. Is it in the blue food spirit? Is that?
That's Richard.
That's Richard. Yeah. I'm guessing Richard's doing a bit of fuel saving. He seems to be dropping back. Oh, and a little tap from behind as well. Yeah, definitely a difference in strategies there, because Nick will not want to be doing that to his teammate.
Yeah, the Lucky brothers are renowned for saving fuel. So maybe he could be going for that 2-stop. Just biding his time down in, where is he now? 7th position, 8th position?
Yeah, as he crossed the line, P8 Will Dodd up in 7th place. He'll be delighted with that. Tommy Campari's improved up to 5th place. After his 7th in qualifying, he'll also be delighted. Such a beautiful racetrack just up here, looking down at the action.
Yeah, just watching a little battle here at the back between Steve McPherson and Oliveira.
Yeah, 4-way battle there as well, a couple of guys in front tussling.
Yeah, Isaac De Figueiredo at the front in the blue Dumput V8. And then the 2 Lenovo Racing guys just at the back. Cedric Finsack in
I think we've got a driver off.
That was
Trevor Johnson.
What's happened to Trevor?
Let's have a quick look at that back. We'll jump to a replay.
just looking at it, looks like he caught a bit of curb on the first of the S's.
Oh, he hit that wall hard as well. He's prone to those little mistakes, is Trevor. It's costing his season big time. Yeah, unfortunately, the gravel trap did absolutely no good, no job in slowing him down before he hit that tyre wall.
Yeah, the rear end of that car is very mangled.
Yeah, he's going to try and get it back. I think it will still be quicker to do what he's doing rather than
waiting for the tow truck.
Yep. Oh yeah, it looks in alright shape.
Oof.
He's just made it in as we've gone back to the action live.
He's just coming out now. Position 20.
Yeah, Matty Burnett's obviously got in front of him as well, so that gives you an idea of how much time Trevor's lost there. What do you do now? I mean, 8 minutes into an endurance race, I mean, there's the potential obviously to make the time up. He's quick enough. Has he done enough laps that he thinks, well, I'll just try and two-stop it from now? And
He'll have the more fuel. He should have more fuel to possibly let him push a little bit harder than what he would if he was doing a two-stop. And possibly some fresh tyres as well.
Yeah, Richard Lucky, just on the screen there, up to 7th with Trevor's mistake. Food for Spirit car. So Tom Jones up to P2, 2 seconds back from Tobias. He's not actually dropped too far back. Further sort of 2.5 seconds back from him is Chris Stone. And then just over a second you've got Tommy Cumper now in 4th place as well, so he'll be pretty happy. Not such a great qualifying, but he's already found himself inside the top 5.
Yeah, and while all that was going on with Trevor, we've actually missed Steve McPherson getting past Isaac, and also Cedric getting past his teammate.
Yeah, and Joe having a look back up the inside here into the hairpin, makes it happen. Nice bit of respect from the teammates there as well. There was no point in trying to squeeze him and blocking him off.
They shouldn't really be fighting each other though, they should be fighting the guy in front who has just made a little mistake.
Yeah, Joe having a little look through this section. It's never going to happen here. There's one real line through there. You can try and go side by side, but really, really tricky through Lucky Heights.
You could have a little lunge down the inside, but it looks like Isaac's blocked that one.
Yeah, felt the need to go very defensive there, and I think that's Tommy Cumper, is that? Ahead? Might be Richard Lucky, sorry.
Yeah, it's Richard.
I get confused, the blue and black, very similar. I know one's Food for Spirit and one's the, was it the Razor? Lenovo?
Yeah.
From the back they look similar, that's my excuse.
I must try harder next time then, I'm very sorry.
Just for those that didn't know, Dean paints about half the cars on this grid.
Oh, Isaac's gone wide through turn 2 into 3.
Oh, straight back on track in front of Cedric. Cedric could have made the move around the outside, but it's so easy to run wide. He's going to get a run at him now down to the hairpin.
Got to come through Casey Stoner's corner first though. Everyone going very defensive. It's quite interesting to see. Ooh, Isaac again!
I'm not sure if there was a bit of a netcode hit there. I was looking at it, I just had the right angle on screen. It just felt like it might have just been a bit of a netcode because it was got really close and then Isaac got a little unsettled. But we've got, is that Al Cowler joined this battle as well?
Yeah.
For some reason we haven't got Al Cowler's team information on the overlay, so apologies for that. When you're watching it back, we'll get that sorted out for next time.
I'm not sure, I think he's Food for the Spirit.
I'm seeing the normal Lenovo car.
Yeah, I think he took that one because it's Roma, team manager and all. Prescott. Yeah, I think he is in the Food for Spirit Development B team. Simply because he's starting his family, so he's not had much time to race.
Yeah, we'll say hello to the family if any of them are watching them, and of any of the other drivers that are watching as well. We know that occasionally drivers' families tune in to watch them.
Gel's gone wide, turn 2.
Yeah, seems to have held on to it okay though. There's still this battle seems to be the focus. Oh, Joe sideways going into the corner. Isaac thought he was going to end up impaling him, so he decides to run wide as well, but that's let Roma have the position. Bit of cunning teamwork there, I think.
Yeah, just looking further up the field, it doesn't look like Tobias is actually pulling away from Tom. Chris Stone as well, he's still in contact.
Yeah, let's jump back on board with the leader.
Tommy Compass still fighting away as well.
Yeah, last time by, Tom actually, when the overlay settles itself down, yeah, so there's about a tenth of a difference between them, 2.1 seconds now. Yeah, so Tom drove him well.
In fact, all the first 4 are in the 33s. And then we'll get back to Jason.
Yeah, all within 0.2 of a second as well, so nothing between them.
Yeah, and then we'll get back to Scandalier, who's on the first of the 34s, but a very low 34, so...
Yeah, Will Dodd had a little bit of a bag on the last time by. Yeah, just as we jump on board with the leader here. See that smooth driving style that we've all become accustomed to. Down the hill, taking the right hander, kissing that curb on the inside, helps pull the car around. Very bumpy exit to this corner. You want to get the power down as quickly as possible for this very, very long main straight. So much time to be gained by just getting a good line and getting as much momentum through it.
Yeah, it's quite a later apex for the final corner in this car as well, so they'll be short shifting it into 4th and then possibly into 5th. For the long run into 6th, possibly drop it into 5th. Sometimes even 4th for turn 1, so...
Yeah, turn 2 again, another great little corner. You use that curb on the inside, there's some camber in there that helps pull the car around as well. I know on the aero cars it's absolutely delightful when you get the line right, because just the time just zips away. Brake hard for this right-hand hairpin. I'm assuming the guys will go down into 2nd gear in this car so it doesn't just light the tyres up on the exit.
Yeah, sometimes you will see some guys going into 1st to give it a bit more rotation. But surely you should be short shifting into 2nd to put the power back down.
Into this lovely flowing section now, the left, the right. Not quite flat out in these V8s, but nonetheless fun. Hugging the curb on the inside. Downhill. Sounds like he's braking just as he reaches the crest actually.
I think it's your first marker board on the left, your braking point, so I think it might just be just on top or just after. But you can see he's feathering the throttle through the final corner. It's just so, you just really want to floor it all the way around, but you just can't. As tempting as it is, you just really need to take your time, but it does look like Chris Stone's making a bit of time up on Tom Jones in the background there.
Jumping back a little bit further, and we've got Richard Lucky down in 11th place now, behind McPherson. He's closing him back in, but yeah, he obviously made that mistake that we just about caught the tail end of. Yes, he went down from 7th to 11th, so I'm not really sure what happened. but as we said, plenty of time to pick themselves back up. It's the one thing about the endurance races, there's two ways you can really drive it. You can drive at a pace so you don't make any mistakes. Perhaps not on your very, very limit, but you can run at it for a full hour and a half. And then you can actually go balls out and go for it. Maybe make a mistake here and there, cost you a couple of seconds here, a couple of seconds there, but overall you might be a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I think it depends whereabouts on the track and position you are, really. As we see Mark Noble very wide into the first of the hairpins, letting Isaac back through. So that's 17th and 18th.
Yep, just missed that unfortunately on the screen. See the end of it. Let's have a quick little replay actually.
We've got another little battle ahead of this. Again, 3-car battle. We've got Luke Emerton in the middle, Cedric in front, and Joel behind. So he's in a Lenovo sandwich. Is Luke.
I'm not sure he let him go by. Dean, I have to say, watching the replay.
Yeah, I think he just broke himself.
I think he did.
I'm sure he'll kick us later for getting that one on the replay.
Named and shamed. Sorry about that. But yeah, just look at this battle with his teammate right in the middle of it. He's the meat in a Lenovo sandwich.
I was just watching them from TV3. It's a bit of a wide angle, so I just had a big flicker.
Yeah, same here actually.
Quality does seem to have gone up a little bit. I was just watching the brakes as we've got Luke having a look at the inside. On both Lenovo cars, the front discs were glowing bright orange, whereas Luke's were hardly visible, so Lenovo's are really working the front brakes.
Yeah, obviously Lenovo. Oh, Luke having a look. That'll keep Cedric on his toes, but he's run a bit wide. He's going to lose the place to, is that Oliveira?
It is.
And back on the battle here with Richard, Lucky and McPherson. Lucky doesn't seem to be able to close the gap much though. Last time by, I mean he's only 0.6, so you can't get much closer I suppose without being inside him.
He was only 1/100th quicker. You can see the different lines through turn 2. Richard taking a wider exit, whereas McPherson's taking a tighter one.
Yeah, both lines will work, and that's mainly because of the, like I was saying earlier on, there's the camber that's on the curb there, so McPherson will get a decent run out of that corner, and obviously Lucky's just using the wider line to naturally get the faster sort of exit.
He's pulled him up a lot more than he was though, so this battle is still developing. And you do still have, is that Stephen Jenkinson just in front? It is.
Yep.
So this is for 9th, 10th and 11th. Lap 13 coming around for 14 in a few corners.
Just have a look, see what the draft effect's like down here, just to keep an eye on the speed. Looks like Steve's just getting a little bit of draft from the car ahead as well. 292, he looked like he peaked out there. I'm sure that's not entirely accurate, but gives us a good idea.
Richard getting very squirrely out of the end of that as well. We can see
it looked
just
like he was going to get a bit of a run at him actually, and then like you say, he just got that back end just come loose a little bit and prevented him from having a go.
oh, Stephen Sideways.
Like he's got the high ground as well on the inside. It's all done before there. It's what we were saying. So tricky. I would guess that Steve was in first gear and just give it a tiny little bit too much right foot. The loud pedal said no.
And it is a very loud pedal in this car. I've actually had to turn my air racing down so I could hear you yourself, Alex. So
Yeah.
loud it's being.
I think on the mixer, the sim's at about 20%, just so everybody can actually hear us commentate. And we've got, is that? Didn't know who that was going into the final of the hairpins there, just for a second.
It's Oliver and... Oh, it's just flipped back up.
There's a few different battles going on.
Mine's
At the moment,
just...
Chris Stone actually started to really put the pressure on Tom Jones here.
Well, so Isaac did Figueredo in front of them, so he's a back marker.
Yeah, last time by
Oh, wow.
not much in it. Yeah, it looks like some of the best of Tom's tyres have started to go. I mean, we're 23 minutes in now, so the stint's been quite long.
Yeah, I think Isaac may have just taken his first pit stop, that's why he's in this position. Just in front of these guys. Whereas Tobias is still lapping in the 33s as he jumps into the pits. So there's Tobias on his first pit stop.
Let's keep an eye on the leader, then let's see what he does, what we're sort of expecting for pit stop times.
So that means Tom inherits the lead, at least for this lap. Still stuck behind Isaac. Isaac should really be getting out of the way of these guys.
Yeah, I'm thinking Isaac probably think he's on fresh tyres, so he should be able to pull away, but it doesn't look like it's happening. But yeah, Tobias still in the pits, 15 seconds.
Just as I say that, Isaac pulls over to the right hand side.
Right, 17.6 seconds for Tobias. It's dropped him down to 8th place, so it should give us an idea of where everything's going to pan out.
So it's a full tank, I'm going to guess, and tyres. 70% fuel tank, don't forget, so it will be slightly quicker than an official race if they ever needed to pit. She's starting to pull away, so
Richard Lucky back up to 6th place with the few pit stops that we've had now. We've had quite a few drivers in actually. Scandalora's been in, Rainbird's in, Noble's been in, Brooks is in. Obviously we know Burnett pitted earlier on, so he'll be out for a few more laps. Oliveira's been in, Finsack, Johnson.
Tom's just jumped in, so in fact he won't get that lead lap. Yes, he will actually. It was the last lap he led, so.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on Tom then.
So Chris Stone now takes the lead.
Yeah, Chris is looking quick as well on the end of that stint, so we'll see how many more laps he's got in him.
We've got Tommy Kumper lapping in 33.8.
Yeah, so he started to pick the time up as well as Tommy.
So this is towards the end. Yeah.
I'm just not sure how the guys are going to make it. These are definitely all on 3 stops, they have to be.
That's Will Dodd as well coming in, followed by another stream of cars. Steve Jenkins, Steve McPherson.
19.2 for Tom, a bit slower, he's going to lost a bit of ground on Tobias.
Tobias has just come through. Tom's just coming out of the pits behind his teammate of Luke.
Yeah, I think Luke will let him go straight through. See the suspension working something crazy on that pit lane exit. For the drivers that haven't drove that, it's so tricky, so bumpy. You need to take it at some crazy speed as well. I mean, I think the official layout now is that you sort of exit the pits and come onto the main straight pretty quickly rather than into turn 1. Indeed, his teammate does let Jones straight through. Good driving there, good teamwork.
Yeah, in the real life V8s, it's where the cones are, they just come straight out there.
It's far safer as well. So the leader also comes in. Chris Stone, you see Jamie Fuchs there as well. Tommy Compa, he's in. Tommy's not too far behind, you know. I think he's starting to close the gap on Chris Stone as well, so getting a bit more comfortable with that car.
Yeah, do we know if Chris Brooks or Matty Bennett have pitted yet?
Bennett pitted only because of the damage to, you know, blew the engine up.
So he should be coming in pretty soon, because he is in a little battle here with Chris Brooks. I'm not sure if Chris has pitted.
Stone with a 19.2 second pit stop. Looks like Tommy's still in there. And it looks like Jones has managed to get out in front of Stone as well. So we've just got Richard Lucky out there now. I think Richard, I mean, you have to say he was going a little bit slower. I genuinely think he's going to be one of the drivers that is going to try and make this two-stop strategy work. He's going to need to do another lap though. He's almost lost the whole pit stop already though, so you have to wonder how this strategy is going to work, because he's going to lose pace over this next stint as well. Can't see it being there for fighting for a victory, but it's certainly going to be good for a top 5, I think.
Did we say Mr. Noble had pitted? Because he's coming round for another lap.
Yeah, Noble has pitted.
I think he started in the pits. It seems like his laps aren't getting counted either. That's a bit strange. His last 2 laps didn't count.
Some sort of connectivity issue there. Richard steams on through, so he is going to go for this two-stop strategy.
Yeah, he has got Tobias right behind him, so...
I mean, looking at the gaps, I think, I mean, Tommy Compa's 16 seconds behind, Scandalora 18 seconds behind. Those sort of drivers, definitely Richard's going to give a right old run for, but I think the likes of Tobias, Tom and Chris, he's going to struggle to beat. Oh, as he gets a little sideways coming out of there, those tyres will be screaming. We'll stay with him though, because I think he'll be in this time round. Let's just jump on board and...
Did just say that he's pitting this lap, so... That's lap 19, he's made it in. 32 minutes into the race. So even at that pace, he's still looking for a 3-stop, because this is an hour and 30 minutes.
No, it's only a 2-stop. There's 59 minutes left of the race, according to my little telltale clock. So we'll need one more at the half-an-hour mark, and that's it. You'll be able to bring it on home.
I'm seeing a lapse time 32 minutes. But he has jumped in, as well as somebody else who's in the pits there. Like Mark Noble.
Yeah, you're seeing the 2 minutes for the grid as well. And that pesky clock.
That is a pesky clock, huh?
As we're on board with Richard for this pit stop. He's going to absolutely have to brim it. I would expect a lot longer stop than anybody else as well. Well, 19.2, so good work from him.
Oh no. I've seen Tom Jones flashing. He was having some trouble with his connection in practice.
We've got a driver off there on the track, not sure who that is.
It looks like we may have lost Tom from second position. He'll be kicking his internet. Yeah, I think Chris is a little worried now. He doesn't know where his car is. He is flashing, and does look like Tom is, or was, on the grass.
Yeah, I can't see it. Oh, he is in dire straits, isn't he?
He does keep flicking up and disappearing.
He is there. He's still in the server at the
Yeah,
minute.
I can see him. He's just flashing in front of Richard. Is it Richard or is it Tom?
Tom.
Tom, yeah. So he has lost that position to third, so Tom is now down in third, sorry.
I'm guessing he probably just got out the way of Chris because his connection was that bad. It's good driving on his part. Didn't want to disrupt two people's races.
There we go, he seems to be solid and back on the track. So he is quite lucky to not get a fell through. That could have been even worse for him. But now he's going to make that time back up. So let's just have a look what's happening further back. Got Steve McPherson in 10th. Chasing down Stephen Jenkins. This battle seems to have gone on since the start, really.
Yeah, they seem very, very evenly matched. McPherson not being able to eat into him at all.
And then we've got Richard Lucky, who's come at the pits and just behind these. Down in 11th.
Yeah,
So
Richard on the
everything's
fresh
up.
tyres. You'd think he would be able to catch up quite quickly. He's not going to want to be held up at all, though. With the strategy that he's going for, he needs to be able to run his own pace. So he's quicker than these guys. He'll need to get past as soon as possible.
Ooh, Matty Burnett. Turn 2. I think he might have kept it out of the wall, though. Out of the tyres.
Just catching the end of that. Let's have a look at that back on replay.
Has let Trevor through. And Jamie Fuchs. And he's now got Tobias behind him.
Yeah, he's about to get lapped. Showing him down 19th place at the moment, mate. Burnett. So he's not had a good race. He had such a good start as well. Good qualifier. Oh god, yeah, he just got himself all crossed up going into turn 2. He definitely made contact with that tyre wall as well. A race he's going to want to forget. Still got 55 minutes to go. His fast toe's been had as well because he had the blown engine at the start, so he's going to have to just deal with this damage for the rest of the race. That's not going to be fun.
So yeah, it seems like the closest battle we have got is Stephen Jenkins and Steve McPherson. Steve Jenkins making a return actually to the ARL-V8s.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that colour scheme before, so it's nice to see Steve back.
If you're still seeing him as a Coastal or a Kimmage Road Fencing, I'm not sure if he's back with them or not.
No, he's the green and purple.
Oh, as if it's been painted on the front. Drove into something.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a standard iRacing scheme, isn't it?
So, but Stephen McPherson's very close up to the back of him there. Loses a bit through the hairpin. You just heard Stephen Jenkins take a very short shift coming onto the back straight, and you've still got Richard Lucky lurking in the background.
Yeah, these guys have pulled away a little bit from Richard, so slightly lighter cars, perhaps being a tiny bit quicker. As we've got Tobias here about to put a lap on Trevor Johnson. Poor old Trevor, he'll be gutted. 1 minute he's all over the back of him trying to get through for the lead, next minute he's got a damaged car and now he's going to be lapped.
Who'd have thought we'd ever say that? Trevor Johnson getting lapped. Now Jenkins goes a little bit defensive into the first of the hairpins. McPherson made up a lot of time through turn 2. from here on out it's pretty much single line racing until you get to the end of Lucky Heights into the next hairpin. Jenkins doing really well, just holding his line. I'm sure I just saw another little battle in the background.
Again, he decides to go defensive. Person's going to have to use that. I think he needs to sort of stay wide and try and get a bit of cutback. Get a really good exit. And the minute he's sort of trying to go around the outside with him and he's not really getting much of a run on him.
With Jenkins taking the inside, he surely must be braking a little bit earlier so to get the speed through the corner. So like I say, he could come for the cutback, but Richard Lucky's gaining on these guys.
Yeah, the more they battle, the more Lucky will close in. I'm not sure you want to get too involved in it while they're so close though.
I was just going to say that, does he really want to be this close? Might be forcing him into a battle which he doesn't want to have if he's saving fuel.
Not sure what happened to McPherson there, but he had a shocking little exit. From turn 2, drop right back.
Gone deep into that.
Yeah, gone in deep there. Tom Jones must be having connectivity issues again because overlay system's not counting the last lap by.
Yeah, it's not counted the last 4 for myself actually. Oh, that one, so that's lap 5, it's not counted. But Tobias coming up on Matty Burnett.
Yeah, same thing again. Jenkins doing that right. Definitely McPherson's best chance, I think, is to go wide and just try and get a really wide entrance in and get on that power, perhaps a slightly little bit earlier. So Jenkins is really fast with that last corner in comparison to McPherson, so he's going to have to figure out what he's doing different there and try and match it.
I think McPherson's taken a tighter line which is compromising his exit. But through turn 2, McPherson closes up this gap. Just look at that. You can see it a lot from TV3, Alex.
Here's where we are.
You just see how close. But again, he loses it.
Yeah, massively. I'm wondering if he's just running a lot more aero or something like that. The car just looks slow in a straight line in comparison, which would make sense as to why he's closes up so much under braking and in through sort of the medium and high speed corners.
Not sure what's happened to Jamie Fuchs. He just announced that he's finished. He's done for the day.
One lap down, spinning a couple of times. Last lap was a 1 minute, nearly 1 minute 51.
Again, Lucky Heights, you see the closing speed again. But it's just playing into Richard's hands because Richard will be getting a toe off these guys so he can let off the throttle sooner.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, I'm guessing Richard's got himself sort of a delta time that he wants to run to as well, so if he can run that behind these guys while coasting, that's even better because he'll be saving even more fuel, which means come the last stint he'll be able to push even more.
Just looking at his lap times, he's 34, 34, 34, 35. So he is running consistent 34s, mid 34s to low 35s.
You can see the speed difference now between him and McPherson, so definitely McPherson running heavier aero package on that car. The inside, Lucky through as well. McPherson didn't really fight it, it's probably sensible.
Yeah, it should be quite interesting to see what kind of setups these are running because I know Chris, Richard's brother, actually drives the official series for Kimura Road Fencing, so he does share some setups with them. And obviously Richard drives for Lenovo, Food for the Spirit. So setup wise they could possibly be very close. I think McPherson is just losing a lot of his tyres. Maybe pushing too hard. But I'm sure we'll see what Richard can do now. He's got a little bit of fresh air in front of him. Possibly bring Stephen with him.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what Steve was thinking. He'll try and follow him through if he gets up onto the back here. Jenkins. It's pretty much the only action that's going on at the moment. Everybody seems to be spaced out quite a bit.
Yeah, I was just looking at the times. It seems like we've got Trevor Johnson on a bit of a move. In fact, he's just got past Roma on the timing screens. And just in front of him you've got Luke and Joe Oliveira. 13th, 14th. We're 2 seconds apart.
Johnson, I believe, fastest man on the track at the moment as well. Fastest lap overall. So he's had his second pit stop now, 22.1 seconds that one. So he's trying to eke it out, but I don't think he's going to save enough. Back and registering laps is Tom Jones.
Still showing as third as well, so that's... We'll have to see what that does to the end, at the end, to see if it lets him keep his third or not.
Yeah, 4.1 seconds behind Stone. Obviously we know how quick Stone was at the end of the first stint, and we're about halfway through this one now, so this is where he would have closed back in, but thinking he's just going to eke that gap out a little bit.
Tell you,
Jones is going to need to do something with the pit stop stuff to make this work.
Nick Rainbird started 13th, he's now 6th.
Just had the one stop, kept himself out of trouble. I'm wondering if he just had a bit of a dodgy qualifier, didn't get himself a clean lap with traffic.
I think he only joined practice a little bit late, but the guys were here officially last week. But with it being Easter weekend, we decided to change it to this weekend. So they will have some knowledge of the track fresh in their mind.
It's amazing what a long run can do as well. You just start to find that rhythm and you can just bang in lap after lap after lap.
Tom looks like he's back on the move. Last lap was a 33.7 compared to Stone's 34.3.
Yeah, the interval looks like it's come down quite a chunk based on that as well. He's going to need to push to get back up to him. Tobias still looking good up front though, 7.4 second lead now.
And possibly have another little battle that could come down to the next pit stop phase between Nick and Scandalera, or 5th and 6th.
Tobias has got Burnett, I think, behind him, so just put a lap on him.
And just looking back at this, we've got Richard Lucky under a lot of pressure from McPherson. McPherson did a very quick lap compared to the two guys in front of him. So maybe his tyres were a little bit battered from being pushing behind Jenkins.
Yeah, just let him cool down a little bit.
He's looking to the inside of Richard.
He's so quick through there as well. going to break in. See, Richard will be coast braking, so... Oh! As we watch him, I think he's managed to...
Thought he was coming into the pits that lap, to be honest.
to hold it. Yeah, we were looking back from Richard's car there, and
We have got a few in the pits there, actually. Scandalera and Nick Rainbird, who's jumped him. And then we have Romer Alcala and then Oliver coming in. But yeah, Nick Rainbird's got the jump on Scandalera in the pits.
yeah, 15.6 seconds was Rainbird stop. Scandalera 18.8. I would imagine that Rainbird has short-filled that car for this stint, and Scandalera has brimmed it again. He's not going to make it to the end. He's going to have a little splash and dash at the end, I think. But hopefully Rainbird can pull enough of a gap away, I think, to stay in front. But 3 seconds in the pits is quite a hell of a jump.
Now that would be quite an interesting replay to see from Luke Emerton on board with Scandalera coming out of the pits. He actually went side by side through turn 1 and a little bit into turn 2, so that'd be quite scary to see.
See what we can do for you. Sure we've gone far enough back. Hopefully we have, and we have indeed. Luke Hamilton, KRF car. See Scandalera just coming down the pits now. Oh, Hamilton's had to change his line completely there. It just goes to show how bad that exit is. If the cars meet each other.
I think we've had the leader pit in. We've also had Tommy Kumper.
Yeah, Tobias showing us in, down to 3rd place. Tommy looks like he's dropped to 6th.
Tom Jones, wow! Just flicking up into Chris Dunn, I just saw Tom flying around the quick S's. Just coming into Lucky Heights. But surely we must see Chris Dunn or Tom Jones, or both of them actually, coming into the pits this lap or next one. Chris stays out. Tom comes in. So there's Tobias coming through Lucky Heights now. Tom's just pulling into his pit box.
Tobias going to get him easy. Let's keep an eye on how long his stop was. Tobias was 18 seconds for the last one. So that was quicker than Tom's.
Here he comes.
Shot.
Tobias easily
still sat there waiting.
So Isaac de Figueiredo.
17.5 seconds it was for Tom as he's leaving the stall now.
I've got Tommy Kumper just coming down the pit straight. So he's done Tommy again. By some way actually.
Yeah, and Tommy's stop was remarkably quick as well, 13.7 seconds. So, but he's stuck behind the battling Jenkins and Lucky as Jenkins gets a little sideways. Obviously Richard won't be keen to let Tommy go straight past, being that they're on different strategies, but I think he's going to do it. He has.
That's Tommy. Oh, that was actually for position as well, so he's up into 5th now. Yeah, he just
needs to make short work of Jenkins here as well.
It looks like McPherson's just dropped way off the back of this battle.
Yeah, he had that little moment, do you remember, when he was quite close to...
His tyres must be really gone. And you see again Jenkins blocking the inside. Now this really isn't for position, but it is just slowing Tommy Kumper down. So we see Jenkins into the pits. Richard stays out.
Yeah, I'm expecting Richard to come in about 8 minutes time, so it's going to be about 4 or so laps, 3-4 laps.
Looks like Jenkins jumped into the pits as well. Not Jenkins, sorry, McPherson. So Tommy's now back on the move.
Stone, is he in the pits now? Thinking he must. No, he's not.
Did it an extra lap, was he?
Yeah, I'm expecting he's going to be in this time, surely.
No, stays out again. You must know something we don't. But he is coming up behind some traffic now, so.
Maybe have a look at his fuel burn rate when they come in. He's thinking he can eke it out a little bit longer. Perhaps if he can get another couple of laps out of this, he might even be in a position where he can try and brim it. Make it all the way.
Trevor Johnson has just been in for his pit stop. He's just come out now.
Drops him all the way back down to 16th place, lap down on the leader.
Tobias has just gone through the start-finish. And Tom Jones is just coming on to the start-finish. Behind Isaac De Figueiredo. And Tommy's just coming on now, along with Richard. So that gap between Tom and Tommy is extended quite a long time, quite a long way really.
It was just surprising because Tom had Jones, that is, had quite a lot longer stop over Compa, so it should have been the other way around. I'm not sure if we missed perhaps a little moment that Compa might have had before the pits. Could have been a really bad entrance to the pits, you know, got on the grass or anything there. We don't see that with the timing, unfortunately. It's just the standing time, as Luke Emerton's also in for his second stop. And again, Stone stays out. I think he's going to try this. I think he sort of played it safe earlier on, and because he was one of the later ones to pit the first time round. So yeah, let's see how it works out for him. 19.2 second stop here for his first stint as well. So I'm thinking that was pretty much a full tank.
Yeah, I was just having a look back at Tommy's entrance to the pits. It was perfectly fine, no real dramas, no lockups. So unless it was just the fact that he got stuck behind Richard Jenkins that's costing the time.
So if you're Tobias now, you've made your pit stop about 3 or 4 laps ago. Stone's still out there. We're at 35 minutes left of this race to go. The max we've sort of seen these guys do on this front pace has been about 30 minutes. So you're thinking he's trying to edge it out, he's going to slow the pace down and try and do the one more stop? Surely that puts Stone in a massive strong point compared to Tobias.
He could possibly go for the splash and dash. Just take no tyres at all, maybe fronts if he has the time to get the fuel in. I'd possibly see a splash and dash and just go for it.
Or maybe another strategy, maybe he's going to half fill it this time, fresh tyres, and absolutely thrash the pants off of it. And do that again for the next stint, so he's absolutely 100% pushing all the way. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting finish though, I think, between these two.
Stone's in now.
34 minutes. Keep an eye on his stop. If it's short, we know what he's doing. If it's long...
Here's Tobias coming now. He's still up on the jacks as Tobias come past.
This looks long.
Tom Jones is through.
20 seconds it was, the pit stop.
Ooh, that's put him behind Tommy Compa.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's going all the way to the end with that one. No question.
So this is why we do this 70% fuel. Gonna shape up for a very interesting end of race. We're now into the final third of it, so be interesting to see what his Chris Stone's lap times are like now.
Yeah, he's right behind the other person who's on a two-stopper as well, but Richard's yet to make his final stop. I think Richard's going to do it easily with the fuel. It's whether or not Chris is going to make it, because he's having to eke out this middle and last stint. I think he pitted just a little bit too early.
In fact, again, looking at Richard's time, sorry, he's just sitting in the 34s.
Yeah, he's got his time that he knows that he needs to run to. And he knows that those 34 laps, that will bring him to the end of the race. He won't have to worry too much about the fuel. It's going to be close, but
stays out for another one.
yeah, he's definitely good. He's definitely good for it. I think I'd expect him in this time or next time by. If it's not this time by, then you know he's at well and truly safe, because he did 30 minutes in the first stint. We've got one of the KRF cars come out there. Oh, crash! Disaster there. I'm not sure what happened there.
Mr. Noble.
That's affected Stone and Lucky.
Ooh. And just looking at that, it looks like Mark was just trying to get off the track actually.
Just I wound it back a bit too far for the replay to have a look, but let's just keep an eye on it. Yeah, I've gone way back, but he's just about to come into the pits, I think.
Yeah, he's just tried to get off the track. He's hit the curb at the wrong point. It's just sent him back on.
Yeah, completely unintentional, but it possibly has affected both. Well, I think Stone had a shot at winning this race, but he's definitely going to have damage on the front of that car now. And Lucky's out.
I'm not sure if Tobias knows about this, but I think they have been talking over the radio.
Yeah, obviously Richard and Tobias in sort of the sister team, so they will be in communication.
Let's just have a look. In fact, Richard's not on TeamSpeak, and nor is Tobias anyway, so... No team orders on TeamSpeak, as we can see.
Right, so we finally got to the point of the replay now, so apologies for that. Yeah, you can just see him coming out of the pits. Oh, yeah. I'm just not sure really what happened there. Like you say, it almost looks like he was trying to get out, keep his fire over to the right out of the way, but just all went Pete Tong.
Yeah, I think the curb around there, it's flat, and then there's a big sausage curb about 3/4 of the way around, and then it goes flat again. So it looks like he's hit the sausage and it's just sent him back onto the track.
Battle on the track at the moment now, though, between Nick Rainbird and Jason Scandalora.
In fact, Richard's just coming out of the pits now. Now a lap down.
Yeah, this battle for 4th and 5th. It looks like Scandalora is definitely the quicker of the two out there at the moment.
I did spot that actually before the incident. I was about to say that Scandalora was catching Rainbird up. So I'm not sure if Rainbird's short fueled or didn't take tyres.
See where they were last time by. 134.3. Well, there's nothing between them, and it looks like Rainbow picked the pace up a little bit that time round. Oh, he's going very, very defensive in turn 2. Scandalora having a little look around the outside. He's going to get a better run.
I think with him being so wide though, he's had to jump off the gas, give him the rotation.
Yeah, Chris Stone, it's worth pointing out, he's come in and had a pit stop as well. So, little splash and dash, put him down to 8th place, has totally affected his race as well, so he obviously did get damaged to the front end.
He would have still had his fast toe though, so that's possibly what he's thinking.
Yeah, just looking at the interval, he's got a chance perhaps to get the likes of Brooks, Dodd. I'm not sure he's going to get up to Scandalora, but I think certainly Brooks and Dodd he could get.
Saying that though, if Nick and Scandalora stay at this pace, and he's constantly banging in the 33s, he may be able to. Just looks like Nick's really struggling with that car through the tight stuff. Scandalara's just dropped off the back of him, so maybe trying to set something up. You can see every time they're going through the turn 2, they're actually on the brakes midway through, just to give the car a bit more rotation. Well, it sounds daft for this kind of car, but it does actually help. Nick again, he's not finding his line that he was earlier on in this race. Just looks like his fronts have gone off a little bit too much, and Scandalara's right under his gearbox.
Yeah, hell of a run there. We're just on board with Scandalora now, just looking at it. He's got a whole face full of that Lenovo car.
Let's see if Nick goes defensive.
I can even read our team sponsorship on it, that's how close he is. If you haven't checked us out, apexracinguk.com, both myself and Dean drive for the team.
Unfortunately, we've not got the V8 team on there yet, but they still do their organising on Facebook, I believe, so let's see if I can get that site for you.
Yeah, it looks like Nick's car is a little bit quicker than Scandalora, so Scandalora is going to find this tough to get past. He's going to have to do it in the infield section. Definitely got more grip through the corners. See him closing up.
Yes, I'll find them. And the Facebook page is Lenovo iRacing Team.
Oh, Rainbow deep. Scandalora dives up the inside. I think he's got it done.
Nick does have the inside here though.
He's going to have to hold it. It's never wide. I remember watching the V8 in real life there. Drivers would just push the guys out wide. Oh, Nick! Oh, just about saves that before taking both of them out.
He must be
Sorry for the high-pitched girly squeals.
surely he must have taken tyres on that last stop. Just looks like he's driving on ice though.
Yeah, 15.6 seconds. It's more about the time is more about the fuel, isn't it, than the tyres, is it not? Or is it the tyres?
I think it does go on at the same time as the tyres. The fuel goes in at the same time as the tyres, so it would make sense to put the tyres on at the same time.
His lap times haven't dropped off that much from what he's been doing earlier on, so yeah, it just seems like maybe he did some tyre pressure adjustments or something like that, and it's just not working for him.
He's just sideways coming out of the exit at 2.
Anyway, just to catch back up with the leader, he's not had too much coverage. He never really does. He always just gets in that lead and zips away, but Tobias Cherney, 11.3 second lead now over Tom Jones. So Tom survived his internet issues. Be delighted with this.
Also got some more cars in the pits there. I think I saw Trevor Johnson.
Yeah, Chris Brooks has done a third. Chris Stone also we knew. Trevor Johnson he's fourth, which will be his final stop.
Was that Roma Alcala as well I saw maybe?
It was indeed, yeah, Roma. Lucky's had 4 stops as well, so obviously Richard seems like he's really struggling out there, so I don't suppose, guessing he must have had some damage on the car that got fixed earlier, so he's not going to have to use that fast tow for anything of subsequent, of substance even, from that massive crash. Isaac's had 4, Mark Noble's retired.
Oh, Richard Lucky's spinning in the background. Not sure what's happened there.
Looks like he's just escaped out as well. Tommy Kumper, he's come in as well, done his final stop. He's come out 2 seconds in front of Stone. I mean, that gives you an idea of where Stone would have been right now. He really would have been. Yeah, I think he had enough to win this race today, actually, Stone, with the strategy he was playing out.
Richard Lucky's just disconnected. So that's the end of his race.
Yeah, I think he just got too much damage. Took front and rear damage there. So I'm guessing he had just a little bit of rubbing earlier on or something like that, and class that as his fast tow. Yeah, Will Dodd, he's a driver who's drove a clean, consistent race today. 5th place, he'll be delighted with that. And so will KRF actually, because you know they've got a couple of drivers here fighting for a top 5 finish, but more importantly, I think they've got 3 guys looking to finish inside the top 10. It's great to see them up there.
Tom Jones, Will Dodd, Steve McPherson, yeah. Steve McPherson's in at 8th at the minute. But yeah, it's not a name that we hear very often actually, is it, Will Dodd? But he has been very consistent, just keeping his laps coming.
I mean, last time by was a 34.5. I mean, his fastest lap is a 34 dead, so he's not slow. The pace is there, and you know, last time by he caught up half a second on Nick Rainbird, so it's only 8 seconds between these guys. I think he must be right. I think Nick must have took some tyres somewhere. Well, didn't take some tyres, and that's what's costing him. Got Richard Lucky down in the booth. I'm going to bring him up for a quick interview. Hi, Richard.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, unlucky there. Looks like Mark come out, cold tyres, lost it in front of you. Nothing you could do.
Yeah, it happens. He didn't do it on purpose. He was trying to get out of the way. I mean, everybody does it. I've made a lot of mistakes like that, so it's no big deal. I felt like I had a decent race going, but who knows how it would have panned out.
I take it you were on 2-stop strategy?
Oh yeah, I was going to make it with ease too. I still had 2 gallons, like 2.5 gallons left at the time of the wreck, so I would have been able to go 2 more laps. I think it was looking like I probably would have ended up getting 5th.
Yeah, we were tracking you. I think once we noticed that you stayed out for half an hour for the first stint, you were looking good for a 2-stopper. I think actually the other driver that was caught up in that, Chris Stone, he was also going to make it on a 2-stop as well. So he was in a really strong position. So he'll be a little bit gutted as well.
You say that, but Chris has just come into the pits again.
Well, he's in 4 times now. I think he's just got the same problem that you had, Richard. I think the damage wasn't repaired with the fast toe.
No, my damage was repaired. I just ended up wrecking it again. Just my head wasn't in it after that. So after that second wreck all by myself, I decided to hang it up.
Your championship's going pretty well at the moment. I mean, obviously you missed a race. Today's not going to help as much, but what's your thoughts for the rest of the season?
I think it'll go pretty good. I mean, this is my first full season running the V8, and I've learned a lot, and I got my brother helping me a lot. I think the second half of the season will be a lot better for me. It just, I got off to a slow start trying to learn this thing, so I'm getting there.
Well, you obviously need to win the championship because we know you're the driver in the household as well, and the brother's just the crew chief, isn't he? So he's won a championship. You can't have that hanging over your head.
Oh yeah, I mean, he gives me a hard time all the time in iRacing and in real life racing, and that's kind of what drives me to do better. And like I said, I couldn't do it without his help. I mean, he's just tremendous help to me.
Are we going to see you guys on track at the same time once?
Well, I just got a new computer on the way and an Obudo frame, and in the 3 or 4 weeks I should be putting it all together, and so maybe you'll see both of us.
Well, that'll be good to see. See a bit of brotherly love on the track.
Well, let me tell you, that'll get interesting. Me and him are really competitive, especially with each other, so we'll see what happens.
We'll have to set up some live webcams or something like that on the day just to watch the, the hand action as you're overtaking each other.
Yeah, I already said I'm going to have to lock myself into a different room because it could get pretty heated.
That's what I like to hear. Well, terrible luck really today. It was looking good for a moment there, but we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, I should be there. I just want to say thanks to my team and Romer for putting it all together, and Tobias and Rainbird and both teams. I mean, really work well together, and I'm glad to be a part of this team.
Yeah, just as we see, I think that's Nick losing a place.
Could be getting it back though.
To Chris. Do you know, actually, Richard? Do you know if Nick didn't take tyres on that last stint?
I'm not sure. Really, the only person I was watching was Tommy Comfort, because I think I was going to have a shot at him, but I really don't know what anybody else was doing.
Cool. Right. Thanks, mate. We'll see you next week. Big shout out to your team and the guys there, and we look forward to seeing what you can do there.
Yep. Thanks, guys. See you.
Richard Lucky there. Totally unlucky. Could be interesting to see those two boys going head to head at it, I have to say. Something I'll look forward to.
Yeah, so we just saw, like I said, Chris Stone come into the pits. He's right on the back of Nick Rainbird, and this is actually 4th position. Well, for 8th and 9th. Chris Stone's looking very racy.
Yeah, and you got Laura there as well. Yeah, I'm guessing Rainbird's pitted, has he? Let's just catch up with the action.
Yeah, all 3 of these guys actually pitted at the same time, so you had Scandalora, Rainbird and Chris Stone.
Yeah, I mean Stone's had 4 stops now, so he's definitely struggling out there a little bit.
And in the middle of this battle you've got Steve Jenkins, who's actually in position.
Yeah, 7th as well. He's had 2 stops. I'm sure he's going to have to box it at some point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it
steam
might be
past
this
him.
lap. That just seems to be the only one. Tom Jones has just come out, I think.
Yeah, he went 1 lap longer. He's had 4 laps today, mainly through the pit stop phase, but nonetheless a good showing from Tom Jones. We'll come back to that battle in a second. Just jump on board with Tom to see how he's getting on with the car.
He's got Tommy Cumper a little bit back down the road, but Tommy can now see Tom, so
Yeah, you can hear him short shifting there. He's not pushing the car, is Tom. Doesn't need to. Tom, a driver that's come on leaps and bounds every season. He improves. He has got the one ARL V8 Series win to his name that I know of, and that was at Brands Hatch. So he'll be delighted with his second place. And he's up against some good drivers as well, so...
Yeah, unfortunately for Tom though, he'll be starting university next year, so he'll be knuckling down on his grades.
Well, that's what he says to the family.
Well, I'm not sure if it's his parents who pay for his subscription, so...
Back to this Stone and Rainbird battle. So there's a look up the inside. Doesn't look like there's any damage on Stone's car. They've obviously bashed it all out. Sort it out. 12 minutes to go. Just having a look at the retirees as well. So we've really only got Fuchs, Snowball and Lucky. So Stone definitely looking racy on Rainbird there.
Yeah, there's
time by it was 0.7 seconds. It's certainly not that now.
There's another little battle just behind this as well. I'll be having possibly just under a 2-second gap between Chris Brooks and Trevor Johnson.
Here comes Stone up the inside. Rainbird into turn 1, side by side. Rainbird's going to have the inside. Don't touch. He's going to have to hold it down low. Oh, and the camera switches away in the worst possible timing.
Yeah, looks like Chris Stone kept it. Rainbow pulled out of it. So it's Chris Stone up into 7th position now.
Let's see if Nick has a little dive up the inside. He thought about it, but nothing going. Right, let's go back to whatever was going on, because there was cars everywhere when it jumped back for a second. And he decided no, that he wants to stick with us.
So now Chrissy's set his sights on Scandalera. In fact, sorry, no, Chrissy's up into 6th.
Yeah, McPherson, he's pitted, which is what's let these guys back through. McPherson's come out in 10th place as well. He's got quite a gap on... no, he hasn't actually. It's about 3 seconds from Finsack, so he's gonna... should have the fresher tyres, so he should be alright to hold on to that. Trevor Johnson.
He's actually got past Chris Brooks. So he's up into 8th position. Just waiting for the timing screen to update for me.
Yeah, he is 8th position. I mean, that's a hell of a drive. He was in a lot of trouble earlier on. 6 minutes into this race.
And there's another little battle just behind the leader from Finsack and Steve Jenkins. We often forget about these guys who are a lap down, but those two are still racing each other.
I think they've been separated by all of about 5 seconds this whole race, those two.
Yeah, Steve looks...
Oh, Finsack wide. Jenkins is going to have to get the undercut. We know Jenkins has got a quick car as well in a straight line because of who was it who was trying to overtake him earlier on? I can't remember now. I want to say it was McPherson. Yeah.
The two Steves.
Cedric going defensive there.
But he's gone deep. But he does have the inside now. Jenkins thinks better of it.
Oh, surely he's got a run here. It's so difficult to get past though. There's only really one line through. He does back off.
Must have been pushing him at some point there. Let's have a look. Cedric covers it.
Yeah, all the time these guys are battling, McPherson's pulling away up ahead, so he'll be safe.
Trevor Johnson's making a move. Wow, he's pulling away from Chris Brooks.
Yeah, so Brooks had a bad lap that one, a 95-second lap, so 1 minute 35 point dead, and Johnson 33.9.
Yeah, but Trevor Johnson's come back from pretty much dead last. Whereas out drove Matty Burnett, who's in 14th, who blew his engine on second lap.
Yep. First lap.
So for Trevor to be up in 8th position.
Yeah, both drivers have done 4 stops as well, including the one at the start with the fast tyre. Tobias Cherney, 12 seconds in the lead at the moment. Tommy Kumpa is more than that behind Tom Jones now.
Yeah, Steve's just let Tobias through.
Cedric wide, surely this time Jenkins has got enough of a run on the outside to make this happen. Yes indeed. Got about 6.5 minutes to go left of this race. Fatigue is going to start settling in for these guys now. An hour and a half's worth of racing is a lot to do. You really will feel knackered at this point, so mentally drained as well. Mistakes like that can happen.
That is true. Especially in this kind of car, the wheel feeling very heavy at this point.
Will Dodd now up to 4th place. He's having a fantastic little race today. He's got 7 seconds over Scandalora as well, so just needs to keep it clean from here.
Was Will only pitted twice?
No, 3 times.
He must have had that down perfectly then.
Yeah, in the end everybody has pitted at least 3 times. Or, like I say, the 2 drivers that were going to do it, fortunately involved in that incident.
Once again, we have more little backmarker battles developing. Got Luke Hamilton and Matty Burnett just behind.
Yeah, he is.
We know what kind of driving style Matty has. He can be very quick when he needs to be.
Yeah, and they're packaging a more car. Give those guys a shout out. Quite a few of them in and out of the league.
Gets an awesome run down the straight.
Straight fast. He's absolutely got through. So much so that Luke's even getting a bit of slipstream to come back at him.
Must have had one hell of a run through the final corner to pass him before the start finish. So it's Matty Burnett up into 13th. And those 2 guys have Tommy Comfort just behind to come and put another lap on them. Dodd seems to be losing a little bit of ground actually to Scandalora.
Yeah, it was 1 second last time by that he lost, but I think he's still got enough of a gap with 3.5 minutes to go. If he continues at that pace, he should be alright.
You've got
Scandalora has got Jones right behind him as well. Let's jump onto that battle because we know that Jones is on Stone, sorry, is on fresher rubber. Yeah, Stone was in the 33s the last time by, so shows what kind of pace he's got at the moment. Traffic ahead. Dodd got through, he has indeed. Yeah, Tom Jones actually catching up to Tobias at the front as well, just a fraction, but I think that's Tobias just taking it easy. So I'm thinking we've got 2 laps to go at this point. 2.5 minutes.
I've said it before though, we'll actually give you an extra lap, even though the time has run out. Actually happened to me last week in the Daytona prototype car. It seemed to take forever to get the white flag out.
Yeah, I think before it used to predict whether or not it was going to be the last lap. I think now it just finishes the time and then you get it the next time by, don't you? So, but Stone still having a look at the back of this compass car. Let's just jump on board with him.
Oh wow, Will Daddy's not that far up ahead now. May just have it in the bag, this 4th position.
Yeah, fortunately for Dodd, there's a back marker in between these guys and they're battling as well. If they'd been on their own, if Scandalore had been on his own, he might well have had a little chance. But yeah, you're right, they're going to cross the line with about a minute to go, so they're going to get this lap in. Another, then the white flag is going to come out, back marker's out the way. I think that was Alcala.
It was.
Stone having a little bit of a run, looking quick. He's got the draft here down this back, down the main straight even. Oh! Don't know whether or not Scandalore just had a little lift there or what.
Yeah, Stone did look like he looked out to just show him in his mirrors and then had to double it back out again. He shot past him and done it before the corner. Stone is on a move, up into 5th position now. Got Will Dodd just in front.
Yeah, he's going to have enough to catch Dodd. This is the question now, 2 laps to go.
And Will did pick his pace up that last lap, so still Stone was a lot quicker.
Yeah, I still think Dodd's going to be alright as we reach the time and runs out. White flag does come out.
Made through. So they have this and one more. Just lost it in the battle. Too many back markers in the way.
As we just take a look at the leader.
Tommy Cooper's in the pits, just coming out.
Disaster for Tommy. Where's this going to put him? Here comes Scandalore and Will Dodd. I think he's got enough. He must have just missed it. Actually, no, it looks like he's made a mistake. He's got massive damage on the left-hand side of that car.
Just have a look back, see what he's done. Last lap was clean.
But here he comes. Tobias Cherney. Another victory for the German driver. He will be absolutely delighted. He's making ground on this championship as well. He's definitely showing to be one of the contenders. Fantastic drive, led pretty much from start to finish. Deserved victor today. Tom Jones coming across in second. Another driver who'll be delighted. He held on to that victory, onto that second place with the internet trouble.
have Tommy Cumper, Will Dodd, and Chris Stone actually. All within 2 seconds now.
Yeah, I thought Dodd would hold on to it, but I bet his eyes lit up when he saw Tommy coming out of the pits just in front of him.
Yeah, it just looks like Tommy short-filled it. I'll have to take a splash and dash. His last 2 laps were clean, so here we go. Tommy Cumper 3rd, Will Dodd 4th, Chris Stone 5th, and Scandalier is 6th. Nick Rainbird 7th. Trevor Johnson 8th.
He'll be happy with that, I'll tell you what. How that could have turned out after that. Get a top 10. Brilliant drive.
Roma 17th. Chris Brooks coasting right now. Coming into the pits, and that's it, we're done. Trevor just saying he did a rookie mistake.
Let's get the results up. Don't want to see the grid again. Just to run down your final classifications then. Tobias Journey taking the victory. 57 laps by 12.2 seconds from Tom Jones. Tommy Cumper 51.8 in the end, but that was a lot closer than what it is. He just managed to get out in front of Will Dodd. Chris Stones 5th place. Possibly could have had a victory today. We'll never know. Jason Scandalora in 6th place. Nick Rainbird in 7th. He'll be delighted with that. Struggled through different phases of the race, but still 7th. Trevor Johnson in 8th. Great fight back. First of the lap car down. Chris Brooks in 9th. Steve McPherson in 10th. So KRF with 3 cars in the top 10. That is going to be one stoked team as we see Tommy doing some drifting. 11th place Cedric Finsack. Steve McPherson, Matty Burnett, Luke Gemerton, Jack Oliveira, Isaac DeFigurino, Romer Alcala, Richard Lucky after retiring, Mark Nobles, second of the retirees, Jamie Fuchs, who retired pretty early on.
So we just got Mark Noble actually ready to interview, so let's just catch our breath a second.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll go to a quick break and we'll be back for a couple of interviews.
Race fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines!
Michael Conti comes up at a corner number 4 in the checkered flag. He wins his first NASCAR iRacing.
Right, and welcome back to ARL-TV. Just watched the endurance race round 8 V8 Supercar series. We're joined in the commentary box with by Mark Noble. Hi Mark, tell us a little bit about your race. What happened at the incident?
Rookie wouldn't even make a mistake like that, mate. Big apology to Richard Lucky and Chris Stone. That was absolutely ridiculous what I done.
Well, we know it certainly wasn't on purpose, so just one of those things. I guess it was a whole load of cold tyres, perhaps a little bit of panic with two of the leading cars coming up a bit rapidly.
Yeah, seen them coming and just green tyres, mate. Put the foot down so I could stay to the right after the apex there, and the thing just turned around on me. I just couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, unlucky there. I know you must be feeling pretty bad about yourself at the moment, but these things happen. It is racing, and I'm sure you'll come back next week and have to see you fighting for a top 15 position at some point.
Not with mistakes like that, mate, I won't be. But anyway, yeah, it was a good race. No, it was a good race for everybody else, mate. Good to see Jonesy up there, up the front there.
Well done as well.
Yeah, I mean three of your KRF team cars in the top 10 here, so you must be delighted.
Yeah, wrapped about that, but not with myself. Big congrats to Tobias too. Great drive.
Did you, I know you were struggling with some simulator issues. I see you retire at the end there. Was that down to that, or did you just retire to get out of the way?
Nah, just died, mate. I was feeling that bad, mate. I just said, no, I'm not going back yet, mate.
Oh, the shame. Well, unlucky there, mate. Like I said, I don't think anyone's going to hold that against you. Not for long, anyway.
Oh, it's just so sad to see Richard retire too. That was because of that, I'd say, because of damage, I'd say.
Well,
I don't know whether I don't know whether Chris lost any spots or not, but hope he didn't after it.
Well, I don't want to make you feel any worse than you already do, but I think Chris was on a two-stop strategy, looking really, really good for either a first or second place. So.
Oh, thanks very much.
Well, you asked. No, don't worry about it, mate. Like I said, these things happen. Terribly unlucky. I'm sure you'll be back next week and you'll keep out of the way. And like I say, I want to see you fighting for the top 15. So.
Yeah, hope so. Yeah, thanks, boys. Really appreciate that.
It was nice to see your internet connection a lot more stable and you're able to stay connected, and we can hear you properly this time for interviews and stuff as well, so that's all good.
Sounds like we just lost him again.
Right, I'm gonna bring your main man up as well after P2. Let's just get him up here, team boss. Congratulate him at the same time. Hi Tom.
Hey guys, how are we?
Yeah, all good. We thought we'd drag you up here. Got your team principal up here. Obviously, he had a bit of a shocker today, but on the reverse side of things, second place. You must be delighted.
Oh yeah, ecstatic with that. It's really good. I think I could have been fighting for first if I hadn't had my off, because I was locked in the interval with Tobias there. But a really good finish. Really happy with that.
You had some internet connection halfway through the race as well. It was looking a bit touch and go.
Oh yeah, I was really worried there. That's why I had my off. Actually, I was worried about that and where Chris was behind me, and I missed my downshift and just went straight off the corner.
The car was we jumped on board a couple of times today. The car was looking really, really good. So good work with the setup.
Yeah, it was a good setup. I didn't do any work on it though. It's all Chris Lucky. So thanks to him for that.
Yeah, we had I think Dean filled me in actually that he's doing some driving for you in the official series, is he? So he's worked hard on the set.
Yeah, that's right. He's a big help with that.
congratulations there, mate.
Oh, thank you.
We're on to Lime Rock Park next week, guys. It's going to be a tricky track for these big V8s. What's your thoughts going into that race?
Oh, I don't even know. I mean, that hill, I've done it before on the V8, and you get all 4 tyres off the ground. It's just ridiculous. I think there's going to be lots of pranks. So I think whoever gets through it without crashing will probably get a good result.
Yeah, that first lap, if one of the front guys get a little sideways, it could be very, very interesting. I think we'll have a Zolder start all over again.
Oh yeah.
Well, congratulations again to you today, Tom. 2nd place, KRF Coastal Motorsport. And yeah, anyone you want to give a shout out to while you're here?
Yeah, just thanks to Coastal Kitchenware, Pagny Imports, KRF Fencing. Thanks to Nobby. Thanks to you guys for doing the live stream. This will be my last race for the ARL this year. I'm taking a break from iRacing, not renewing my subscription next week. So thanks to you guys for doing it all. I'll still be helping set it, you know, run it and stuff. But thanks to everyone for a good couple of years, and I'll be back next year, hopefully.
Yeah. Do we hear you're going to university as well?
Hopefully, I'm in grade 12 at the moment, so I need to do well at that to get there.
Yeah. Wish you all the best in that as well, then, mate.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks, fellas.
Right. Let's just bring up the race winner here as well.
Yeah.
Hi, Tobias. Sorry to just drag you out of that channel. But congratulations today on yet another victory in the ARL-TV V8 Supercar Series. You must be stoked.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, I'm really surprised because I expected a really close battle after seeing the qualification lap times or practice times of Tom and Trevor. Also, Chris was not so far away. And yeah, so I managed to get a good start. I think it was good compared to the others, but Matthew had a very good start. So they had directly a short battle, I think, right behind me, so that I could pull a little bit away. It was lucky.
Yeah, it looked like you were able to control the race. I mean, Trevor caught you up a little bit. We're starting to put the pressure on, but then obviously he made that mistake.
Yeah, nice.
I bet that was yeah, when you saw that, you were pretty happy, I guess.
Yes, I was. So the main pressure was falling off, and I could drive my own race, go for the strategy I had planned before the race, and saw the distance to Chris rising, and so everything was fine for me.
We're just having a look at the table now. You've actually jumped yourself up into 2nd place, so you've leapfrogged Trevor with today's results. So yourself and your teammate 1 and 2. Pretty good day at the office, I would say, with
Yes.
Tommy coming in 3rd place as well.
Yes, it's also a very good result for him, as he struggled a little bit with the track, and but his race pace was not so bad, and so yeah, I think for me, I finally broke my Phillip Island curse, because I never had good races here. 2 seasons ago, in the official series, I had a race where they are also, and we made contact on lap 1 in the hairpin with a little bit of netcode, I think, and this sent him to the right side, to the grass, and I was somehow struggling on the left side. And when I rejoined the track, there were some other guys trying to drive too wide to the following left-hander, and then they made a contact, and then one car came down and hits my car, and I hit this metal structure of this. It's not a bridge. Afterwards, after this second corner, but my car directly, yeah, was broken. Nothing I could do there. And this season, last week on Sunday, I didn't even made it to turn 1. and then my car was crashed and smacked up because some guy tried to rejoin the track into the starting field, and yeah, this had sent me off.
Oh, it's good to see that, you know, third time's a charm, really, isn't it? So, got yourself a nice victory today.
Yeah, but I think the races last week on the official series were good practice, even though, yeah, I haven't won there.
We asked just quickly Tom Jones about the next track coming up, and we're going to ask the same question, really. Lime Rock Park next week. What's your thoughts on that one?
I've never driven a race there, and I made a few test laps. It's quite a bumpy track, and it's really difficult to control the power when you go over all these small bumps. I have to look for a maybe softer setup there. For a spectator, I think it will be great fun because all the cars packed together on a track where you need 52, 53 seconds for a lap will be quite great. But I really don't know what I can expect in the official series when they when you don't know all the guys who you are driving with, what happens there. And yeah, I saw some videos in the forum where some guys said this is why they don't drive on Lime Rock with the V8, and there was a start where the half of the field was crashed in an official race or something like this. So it will be very interesting, I think. I will be there and hope to get again a good result and have a great battle with Trevor and the other top guys.
Yeah, congratulations again on the victory today. Dominating performance once again. Moved yourself up into second place. Tobias Cherney, give a shout out to your teammate.
Yeah, so I think the team, we had a great practice. Last week we started to prepare for the race, and it's a very good result for all of us of the Lenovo team, and even Nick, who had no time for practice today and used the qualification as practice, finished in a great 7th position. And yeah, it's really great to be part in this team. I can't say it often enough. It's a good opportunity and great fun. All the guys are really nice, and yeah, I hope that it's continuing like that.
I'm sure it will. We'll look forward to seeing you next week, but for now, thank you, buddy, and we'll see you then.
Cheers.
Right, one last final interview. Just drag him up.
Justin, I was like flying.
Sorry, I've grabbed you in mid-conversation. We always do it. Mr. Kumper, welcome to the commentary booth. Tell us a little bit about your race. Are you happy with that?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty ecstatic actually with third, especially what happened towards the end of the race. I don't know if you guys managed to pick that up.
We saw that you come into the pits, and I saw that you'd got damage on the left side of the car, but I don't know what caused it, or whether it was just fuel or what. So tell us what went on there.
Well, actually, it was on lap 50, after the hairpin, sort of the complex around there. I think I lost the back end when changing up, or I got it on the curb or something, and I went over a mound and flew into a barrier. But luckily, I don't know how I managed to not damage anything important. I thought my steering would be screwed, but I managed to get back on the track and carry on. I don't think there's like any damage like the steering or the suspension or anything. I think most of the damage was on the door. Then it was like about 3 laps to go, and I didn't know if I'd make it on fuel. So I was sort of talking to my teammates in the TeamSpeak channel, and they were saying, because I think Jamie was watching the stream, and I was like, is there another lap? Is there another lap? And he said, no, there's 2 laps. I'm like, well, I haven't got enough fuel for 2 laps. So I come straight into the pits, and as I'm driving through the pit lane, I see the white flag come out. So I just drive straight through the pits. I think I come out about 1.5 seconds in front of Will, and I just drive it like I stole it, trying to stay ahead, and then sort of towards the end of the lap I realise I'm not going to make it on fuel, so I start lifting off and stuff, and then at the last turn I run out of fuel and I just managed to get it across the line before he passes me. Oof. It was a pretty
bit of excitement there.
Until then, yeah. Certainly had my heart in my mouth then.
But it's quite a lot of mistakes from people today as well. You didn't qualify quite as well as perhaps we had expected you to, but yeah, your consistency has paid dividends again, and you're still at the top of the table, but your teammate is closing in a bit rapidly now.
Yeah, well, if he keeps winning like that, then I don't really have any chance. But yeah, it's sort of lucked in a bit with the third place because Trevor had a massive off. I think it was it Matty Burnett blew his engine up. Chris got involved with Richard. And Mark.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't realise at the time that he'd been involved in that. I just didn't actually know what happened.
Yeah, both those guys were on a two-stop strategy, Richard and Chris.
Ah, right.
So I think Chris definitely would have been right up there at the end. So.
That's a shame. Because my pace wasn't anywhere near the Tobias or anyone else's, to be fair.
I'm sorry, I just found your instant as well, so while we've been interviewing, it's been on there, so we didn't miss it. But Lime Rock Park up next. We all love it, he says.
I can't see how that's going to work, honestly.
It's going to be tough, that's for sure. I mean, I think when we did the rookie league back in the day with the caddies, that was enough of a handful with that thing. So I can't imagine what this is going to be like.
Yeah, I mean, even in the really slow cars, it's a nightmare. But yeah, anyway, just give a shout out to the team, to Lenovo, and my teammates. As I say every week, we're sort of helping each other on Facebook with setups and hints and tips, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's great to see you guys working well on the camaraderie between all of you. Seems to be there because Tobias was saying just exactly the same thing before we brought you up. So it's great to see it working well. Dean, you got anything for Tommy before we wrap the broadcast up? Do driver of the day?
No, you've pretty much covered it all. So yeah, let's just give it a driver of the day.
Thanks, Tommy. We'll see you next week, mate.
Thank you.
Go on then, I pinched all the interview time, so who is your driver of the day?
There's the obvious ones like Tobias, Chris Stone for coming back from that incident, Tom Jones for finishing second after his internet troubles, but I think I'm going to give it to Trevor Johnson.
Trevor Johnson, yep. Yeah, had a tough old race to get himself back up there. But I mean, I think a worthy mention also needs to be Will Dodd as well. So
yes,
he would be second pick, I think. But yeah, Trevor Johnson definitely drove stellar race. There were times he was a lap down as well, but he still finished on the lead lap. So fair play to him, great drive.
I can agree with that one. Yes, so Lime Rock Power next week. Unfortunately, I won't be here.
I think Woody's back from holiday, so should be myself and Woody back in the booth. I'm not 100% sure, but
I think he might still be missing actually.
Oh dear. But we'll get some people up here anyway, so I'll be here. So
we'll get Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk will be there, and so I'm sure getting a few guys up here. Right, but for now, round 8 of the Supercar Series, sponsored by Pagninian Imports, Sim News Daily, Apex Racing League. It's a farewell, and we'll see you then. I've been Alex Simpson.
I've been Dean Prescott.
Thanks for watching.
I can tell you about iRacing's precision-engineered cars. I can tell you about iRacing's authentically detailed tracks. I can tell you about iRacing's incredibly satisfying physics. But what I can't tell you is what it's like to be part of this.